What's good? What's good? I'm back. Yours truly, one and only Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett Podcast, aka Triple P, aka the Common Sense Podcast. Your source for music, sports, politics, world events, and much, much more. Don't forget that this video is pre-recorded and will be uploaded on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, BitChute. Also, stream it live on Twitter, Twitch, and the audio version goes to Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher, Slacker, iHeartRadio, Player FM, and much, much more. Um, this video I'm gonna react to today, I feel like Nostradamus. I feel like a psychic. The video is titled "Muslim Parents Erupt in Protest and Brawl Breaks Out Against Schools, Forcing Pride on Kids." Um, I said to a couple friends before that the way that liberals are attacking and Democrats are attacking Christians, that you're going to see Muslims basically joining with Christians and attacking back and protesting and things of that nature. Because if anything, I know is that Muslims take their religion far more serious than Christians. But I'm not going to get too much into it because I want to play a commercial from promopalace.biz real quick, and then we're going to get into this video.
Musician looking for music marketing and promotion? Then look no further than Promo Palace LLC, your one-stop shop for all music promotion services. Services include Spotify playlist pitching, YouTube video promotion, record pool promotion, blog placements, radio airplay promotion, SoundCloud promotion, and much more. With over 2,000 customers and over 10 years of experience in online promotion, Promo Palace LLC is a company you can trust. For more info, please go to promopalace.biz. See you there.
That's right. You heard the beautiful lady. If you need online marketing promotions, please go to promopalace.biz to promote your music, product, brand, or service. Or you can email promopalace1@gmail.com. Definitely prefer the Gmail as domain. Emails don't always work as good as Gmail. Gmail is definitely more secure as well as domain compared to domain email addresses. Okay, let's get into it. Here we go.
Our children, protect our children, protect our children, protect our children, protect our children. Let's fear God! Let's fear God! Let's fear God! Let's fear God!
Secular schools! Secular schools! Secular schools! Secular schools! Secular schools! Secular schools!
Religious freedom now! Religious freedom now! Protect our children! Protect our children! Protect our children! Protect our children! Protect our children!
Attacks on religious freedom targets one's conscience, the very core of their being. The issue of gender and sexuality are influenced by our faith, and we should not be caricatured as intolerant. And our faith perceived to be subversive because it doesn't align with your beliefs. Intolerance of the faith community threatens to erode support for religious freedom, therefore eroding the benefits it provides for everyone, religious and non-religious. Pluralistic societies that value human dignity and do not view faith communities as a problem to be eliminated will only thrive and prosper. I respectfully request the restoration of the opt-out option at MCPS. Thank you. Takbir.
You know what? Before we go further, that's another thing that they're definitely going after. Not only are they going after censorship, freedom of speech, they're going after the guns, which I did in a video before this. Where Obama said they should confiscate guns like Australia. They're definitely attacking freedom of religion, and I'm not religious anymore. But my grandma took me to church every Sunday as a kid, and my grandma was, the sweetest woman that you could possibly know before she died. And my sister's Christian, and her husband's Christian, and they're the best parents I've ever seen on the freaking planet, you know. So I'm not gonna never knock religion if it makes you a better person and you actually follow the morals of religion. Because I'm a laws of nature guy though, which isn't really religion, you know, it's just natural law. Let's keep it moving.
Meanwhile,
there's probably about a couple dozen on both sides of the aisle here. You have the LGBTQ members promoting Pride Month recognition in our schools, and then you have the parents protesting that. And the real challenge here at the Sataskoy School in San Fernando Valley on Ethel Avenue is to keep the two parties away from each other. This video we shot just a few moments ago, and you can see it got pretty heated. They are both trenched in, both sides, in this diversion, or this situation, I should say, is pretty heated. We'll come back out to a live shot. LAPD has come in force now. They set up a skirmish line trying to keep the two parties away from each other.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about a couple of stories, okay, that highlights the uprising that is happening around this country involving parents that are fed up with their children being indoctrinated in schools by far left woke ideology that is being pushed down their throats, because the left is saying that, hey, this is not happening, okay? It's not happening. They're not pushing.
Let me stop before he said, based on this video, if you still say it's not happening after this, you're just lying to yourself.
Pride and LGBTQ on children, you're making that up, right? You must be a MAGA hat wearing white supremacist bigot, right? This is what they're saying.
What do you think it is?
No, I'm a Angels camouflage wearing hat, self-employed, single, white male. Let's keep it moving up.
Is in this moment that has made not just the LGBTQ community, but specifically the trans community such a target. There are no facts out there that support that the trans community is coming after children, right? And is trying to change things. In fact,
that's false. That's complete lies. There's plenty facts out there. There's plenty of evidence. I've seen numerous videos of teachers going rogue. And now we're starting to see it's not even just teachers going rogue. The Vermont one, where the transgender woman that's a biological boy was getting undressed in the girls' locker room, and they felt uncomfortable and told him to leave, and the school sided with the biological boy, basically stating that it's told the girls, well, it's law, and if you feel uncomfortable, then you might want to move to another state. This is such horseshit what she just said. Like, this is blatant lies.
from all of our reporting and from members of the trans community I've spoken with, it's quite the opposite. People just want to be left alone to live their lives in peace and be their true selves. Why do you think there is such a focus on the trans community?
No, that's bullshit. They want to force us to accept something that is not reality. They want to force us. They don't want to give us a choice in the matter. If they want to shame you into accepting something that is not reality. Like, this lady is spewing nothing but horseshit.
We know the joy trans people have when they're allowed to transition. We come fully into ourselves.
However, it's just not MAGA hat wearing white supremacists that are upset, with what is being pushed on children in schools. You also have so-called parents of color who are not Christian as well either, that are upset. In fact, they're Muslim, right? And they're brown. And if you notice in the beginning of my video, they're protesting against whites,
white liberals. And this is why I feel like Nostradamus, because I knew it was going to get to this.
Liberals more specifically, And it's funny because there are people that always come in my comment section or they send me emails like, well, you never see anything bad about white people. You never see anything bad about them. All you do is talk junk about blacks. And I'm like, bro, every day
I do videos about crazy white people. They just happen to be liberal, right? If you haven't noticed, my bias is not white versus black. It's sane versus insane. It's law-abiding citizens versus criminals and criminal sympathizers, right?
And let me throw in common sense thinkers versus non-common sense thinkers, and people living in reality versus people who are living in make-believe. Let's keep it moving.
That's where my bias lies. I don't have a color bias, right? It just so happens that, most black people tend to be liberal, okay? And they tend to be on the side of progressives who sympathize with criminals, okay? And I've talked about stories like this before in which you have Muslims rising up and saying, look, we don't want our kids to be indoctrinated with this stuff. And that is the first story that I have to talk about today in this video, which takes place out in Montgomery County, Maryland, where you have Muslim and Christian parents who filed a federal lawsuit alleging that a so-called, quote, no opt-out policy violates the constitutional guarantee of free exercise of religion because their school, right, or the school district is pushing LGBTQ books in school, and they're saying that, look, kids can't opt out of not learning about that material, okay? And that has caused Muslims, Muslim parents, and Christian parents as well, to come out and protest against this policy because, again, they don't want their kids to be indoctrinated with this stuff. Take a look.
Protesters and parents.
Hold up, before we get it, no opt-out means they have no choice in the matter. They have no choice. They've taken... This is the thing, man. Like, I always have if you're not putting a roof over these kids' head, the food on their back, put a roof over their head, clothes on their back, and the food on their table, then you don't get to force your indoctrinations on them. Like, whoever's doing those three things, that's the person that basically gets to do the indoctrination, which is the parents, And some parents, want to raise them Mormon, Muslim, Jewish, Christian. Some parents want to raise their kids to do voodoo, and that's their prerogative, And when their kids get to a certain age, they can decide for themselves if they got the willpower and the brain power to decide for themselves. Like I said, my grandma took me to church every Sunday morning, man. Bojangle biscuits before church, lunch afterwards, every Sunday. I look forward to it. Do I believe in anything in the Bible nowadays? No. Do I believe in Jesus Christ, Moses, the virgin birth, any of these things? Nope, not a zilch. But still, if a parent wants to raise their kid a certain way, that's their prerogative. It's once their kid is old enough to go out on their own, then they can decide for themselves how they want. We all at some point got to decide what kind of person we want to be.
Parents gathered outside the school board building today while board members listened to debate on the no opt-out policy for certain LGBTQ plus books approved for the classroom. Our Katie Barlow was at that meeting.
Well, here's the gist. Montgomery County has approved a list of LGBTQ plus inclusive materials to be taught in the classroom, but they also have a policy that says students and families cannot opt out of engaging with those instructional materials. Now, one side says it's important to have those materials to teach kids about all kinds of families and the differences among all humans. Information.
Yeah, well, but guess what? That's not your place to make. That's not your place to say. That's the parent. That's like, the school's telling the parents, well, you don't get to have the birds and the bees conversation with your kids no more. We're going to do that for you. Because that's what it seems like here. That's not the school's place to make or to say, that's up to the parents if they want to teach their kids about pride things or LGBTQ things or anything of that nature. And it's up to the parents at what age they just, that they want to teach them. You don't get to decide what age another parent, wants to teach their kid these kind of things. Like this is going to lead to civil war. I'm sorry, it's going to lead to civil war.
Is not indoctrination, they say. But
Yeah,
those
it is.
opposed
Yeah, it is.
say it's fine to have the books, but you have to allow us to opt out of that instruction. The government can't force.
And I could agree with that. Okay, y'all want to throw the books in there, that's fine. And people that are interested in the books can go pick up the books and read the books. But if the parent says, hey, yo, I don't want my kids reading these books, and you're forcing their kids to read these books, you're not letting them. It seems like these parents are just going to have to take their kids out of these schools and go somewhere else, because that's indoctrination.
Us to teach our children something that we disagree with.
These things should not even happen. We should all talk to one another, love one another, respect one another. It shouldn't be up to a school system to force one belief over another, right? Or tell some people how to believe and what not to believe.
2 weeks ago, a group of Muslim and Christian parents.
That's exactly the definition of indoctrination. To force one belief over another. That is exactly sums it up right there. He just summed it up right there. That is total indoctrination. That you're trying to force one belief over another. You're not letting parents decide. You're not giving them those. This is crazy, man. It's a good thing I don't got kids, but I got a niece and a nephew. And I'm going to tell you right now, my sister and her husband, they're not having this shit.
Filed a federal lawsuit claiming the no opt-out policy violates the constitutional guarantee of free exercise of religion. The suit highlights books like Uncle Bobby's Wedding, a story about a young girl's uncle marrying his...
Fuck. Why'd it have to be called Uncle Bobby's Wedding? That's my uncle's name that I can't even stand. Uncle Bobby, scumbag of the earth. But yeah, I mean, forcing the kids, not giving them a choice, like this is total control, total indoctrination. Man, let's keep it moving.
Boyfriend and pride puppy that for 3- and 4-year-olds invites them to hunt for things they may find at a pride parade, including a drag king or queen, leather, and underwear. During the meeting today, board members listened to advocates on both sides of the issue. Meanwhile, outside, parents and community members protested but took time to listen to each other's perspectives.
I mean, we're not that much different, right? We're more alike than we are different, but we have to respect each other's differences, and we have to respect, I feel, everyone's right to see that people are different from a very young age, because they are aware and they do see it. You have back to school night, families come in with 2 fathers or 2 mothers.
Laura and Hisham,
you don't get to force the right on them, no. That's the problem. Yeah, you got the right, but you don't get to force the right. If everybody's got the right, then you don't get to force nothing, man. That's the problem, man. What a fucking hypocrite. You say everybody's got the right, but you're forcing it upon people. So no, they don't got the right. You're taking away the rights. I mean, this is horseshit. Let's keep it moving.
Not the only ones peacefully debating the issue outside of the school board meeting today. Sometimes a rare sight at these hotly contested debates at school board meetings we've seen around our area. There was no official decision from the school board today. They were just hearing feedback from community members.
Yeah, so this is absolutely amazing, okay? And I would love to ask any one of these parents that are supporting LGBTQ books being pushed in schools with the no opt-out policy where you can't opt out of having your kid learn about this dogma, right? I wonder if they would be cool if we had the Quran or the Bible in school and kids couldn't opt out of learning about it, okay? Because the argument is that, well, all these kids need to learn about LGBTQ and pride because they need to learn about how all humans live, okay? They need to learn about all different types of people. Okay, great. Well, by that same argument, they should learn about all different types of religions, right? Like Christianity, Islam, and we should open up the Quran and the Bible and teach students about it. I guarantee you, most of those parents would vehemently disagree with that. Okay, I guarantee you they would say, nah, we shouldn't do that. And I'll be like, well, why not? Right? We should learn about all different types of people, right? But again, the only religion that's accepted in school is the religion of Pride. Okay, that's the only religion that's accepted in school. So with that being said, inshallah, that these Muslim parents and Christian parents actually win, okay, and that, you know, they can actually have religious freedom, okay, which is to not have their kids learn about something in school that, again, is directly in contradiction with the teachings of their religion. They don't want their kids exposed to stuff. It's really that simple, right? So again, that protest, at the very least, it was peaceful. However, I can't say that about another protest that actually took place out in California, more specifically Glendale, as a brawl broke out at a Glendale school board meeting. And the fight is going viral. You guys know, because of YouTube and their violence policies, I can't show you the brawl, okay? But if you want to see the uncensored version of this video, you can always follow me on Rumble. You can check out the video on Rumble. I will have it uncensored there. But I want to go ahead and play this news clip of this brawl that broke out between parents and, Antifa and some other far leftists out in Glendale, California. Take a look.
It happened during a meeting of the Glendale School Board. KTLA 5's Annie Rose Ramos live from Glendale with those details. Annie Rose, good morning.
Hey, Chris. Hi, Megan. Good morning to you both. Well, let me set the scene for you here yesterday. Happening last night inside the building you see behind me was a meeting among the school board where they were planning on taking a vote about declaring June official Pride Month for their unified school district. Happening outside the building right here in the parking lot that I'm standing was a growing protest made up of those for and against that vote. And at one point, it all turned violent. In this video, you can see just how violent and chaotic that crowd got. At around 6 p.m. last night, at the height of those clashes, the Glendale police in riot gear threatening to use chemical agents to disperse the crowd, declaring it an unlawful assembly and arresting at least 3 people. At one point, this crowd swelled to reports of about 500 people here in the parking lot of the Glendale Unified School District headquarters. Glendale's police chief confirming to KTLA there was Antifa and Revolutionary Communist members in the crowd yesterday, quote, serving as agitators. Additionally present were pro and anti-LGBTQ plus demonstrators facing off. We understand they've been protesting the board meetings here for the past several weeks now over the district's handling of LGBTQ policies.
What I say, this shit is going to lead to civil war. This shit is going to lead to civil war because you're forcing this shit. You're not giving nobody a choice. You're forcing this shit upon the kids. And the reason to force it upon the kids is because they can't force it upon the adults. That's the only reason they're doing this shit. They're forcing it upon the kids because they can't force it upon the adults. Because they know we ain't all of us ain't having that shit. And, you know, I accept gay people. I mean, like, I just reacted to the Dave Rubin video. You know what I'm saying? I used to talk to my neighbor all the time that was gay. You know, we talked about a lot of these issues, and he was actually on my side with a lot of these issues, you know, but transgenderism, I could tell you right now, Muslims, that's something they're never going to accept. And just to go to touch on that, like, one of my rapping partners, you know, he's Muslim. Shouts out to Ali Husamaddin. And, you know, I could tell you, like, because I've asked a lot of questions to, you know, of him about his religion and whatnot. And I was raised Christian. He's raised Muslim. And that don't stop us from being friends and being in the same rap group or anything of that nature. We live together and all that, you know. But Muslims, this is the thing. A lot of Christians in America, they're only Christians on Sunday. But then there's the ones that are really, really Christians. They're not going to be going for this, you know. And you see some churches, they are letting the pride kind of come, the Pride Month stuff come in, the LGBTQ community stuff come in. But Muslim, no, they're not. They're not. If you think they're going to bend or break on this issue, they're not going to bend or break on this issue. they're going to go at this issue a lot harder than Christians. And that's the thing. Liberals won't really attacking Muslims. They've been out here attacking Christians because Christians been openly, going against the transgenderism and whatnot. And a lot of Republicans, conservatives are Christians as well. So there's that. But I already knew. I was sitting there thinking like, well, they're attacking Christians because of Christians speaking up against transgenderism. Well, I can tell you right now, Muslims definitely, that shit ain't gonna fly. They're not gonna bend a break on this issue. They're gonna go at this shit even way harder. Like they're just gonna like homeschool all their kids or something. Like they're not gonna go for this shit. This idea that you're gonna force Muslim kids to read pride books. Oh, good luck with that shit. Good luck with that shit. It ain't about to fucking happen, man, because Muslims ain't having it, man. I mean, Muslims are way more deeper with their religion. I mean, they're praying at the same time every day. They fast. Like I said, a lot of Christians in America are only Christians on Sundays. A lot of them are hypocrites, but then there's a lot that's real. There's real, like the ones that come knocking on my doors, passing out the free food, the free boxes of food, things of that nature. The one up the street that's got the box where they put free food in. Yeah, these people, they're real Christians. They're real good. They're good doing the free cookouts, giving out free food and all types of stuff like that. Those are just good, nice. And that's the thing. Like, even though I don't believe in Christianity no more, I don't believe in Islam, I don't believe in Judaism, I believe in natural laws of nature. I'm not going to knock like the morals of man. Like, do as to others as you would want them to do as unto you. Like, if don't do evil shit to people unless you want them to do evil shit to you. I think it's just everybody should just really just take care of their responsibilities and just live their own lives and just find their own personal happiness. But you don't get to force things on me just so you could feel happy about yourself.
Experimenting on children. Young children are very vulnerable. First of all, at that age they're targeting them. Children don't have any idea about sex and sexuality.
And that's why they're targeting them. She just hit it on the nail. What I said, they only targeting the kids because they can't force this on adults. Let's keep it moving.
The erasure of LGBTQ voices. Erasure of voices of LGBTQ people leads to the misconception that all of our lived experiences are homogenous and the same, and it does not allow any space for folks to embrace who they are.
Look, nobody's erasing. This is the thing. That's complete horseshit. Nobody's erasing your voice just because you don't get to force it on me. Nobody's erasing your voice just because you don't get to force it upon me. That's crazy.
All right, inside last night's board meeting, the public comment portion regarding Pride Month was cut short because of the fighting happening outside. But most who spoke were in favor of the LGBTQ plus acceptance. The Glendale School District releasing a statement yesterday saying harmful disinformation has been circulating about what is being taught inside the classrooms. The superintendent speaking more about it. Take a listen.
Our primary focus in our school district is to be inclusive. Every student matters, every family member matters. We do follow in the public system state laws and California Department of Education guidelines. And sometimes that may be of concern to some parents. But at the end of the day, my message is let's reach out to one another.
You know what? There was a word in there that really stuck with me before she started talking when they said misinformation. You know what's misinformation? Transgenderism. Transgenderism is misinformation because it's make believe, it's imaginary, it's not real. A man cannot become a woman and a woman cannot become a man. That is misinformation. Let's keep it moving.
All right, that vote that sparked this entire protest eventually happened inside the building you see behind me last night, and it passed. All of the board members voting unanimously to declare June Pride Month here for the Glendale School Unified District, as they have for the past 4 years. Reporting live in Glendale, I'll send it back to you both in Hollywood.
I've heard enough. It's indoctrination, clear and simple. When you force something, you force your beliefs on somebody, your ideologies, your views. When you force it on somebody and you don't give them a chance or a choice, it's indoctrination. I mean, one school literally is saying the kids can't even opt out. But let it be let it be like he said, like them forcing kids to have to read Christian books or read the Quran. They'll be protesting that their kids can't opt out. Or let it be a book about the history of the KKK. I guarantee they'll be pissed that their kids can't opt out. I mean, the problem with all this shit is always a double standard and hypocrisy. Like they said, misinformation. Like the misinformation is transgenderism. Telling people that a boy can become a girl and a girl can become a boy, or a man can become a woman and a woman can become a man. It's a delusion. I identify as a honey badger. I'm fearless. Am I a honey badger? No, I'm not a fucking honey badger. So there's that. Once again, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to another batshit crazy episode of the Paul Pickett Podcast. It seems like everything I react to is batshit crazy, but I don't like reacting to anything that's dull. I don't, it's got to be a little. I want to react to things that are mainly controversial. I don't like dull things that got a lot of life and juice to them. Hot topics, hot discussions. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm out.